You join me here in Liverpool, regarded by quite a few people to be one of the greatest cities in the world. And if you hadn't already gathered, as normal, I will be exploring the city today. So yeah, I'm right outside Liverpool James Street right now, so let's walk to the docks, or just towards the river, I guess. So hopefully I'm not going to be needing any maps to get down to the River Mersey, because it is very clearly straight downhill. I can also already see some of the buildings, some of the tops of the buildings which are on the waterfront. Got quite a nice building already right next to the train station, and here is the Lime Street station and subway, so the Mersey Rail station. It does not look particularly inviting, does it? Here's another angle. I think it's called St George's Court, so I'm assuming it's an old courthouse. Just noticed up there as well is St John's Beacon, or Radio City Tower. From my research, I think it's the tallest building in Liverpool, or the second tallest building in Liverpool. I did plan to go up it and have a look at the 360 view gallery, but unfortunately it's temporarily closed all through 2025. So yeah, if you know anything about that, please let me know. So I'm using this new kind of extension to my current microphone, which you won't be able to see, but it's like a lavalier mic, or whatever you call it. And with the traffic, it does not sound brilliant. So I'm sorry about the audio in this video. And look at that building there. I've forgotten what they call them, but they're like these really narrow buildings on the corners. When I said one of the world's greatest cities, I don't actually have my own opinion on that yet. I don't even know how official it is, but I think it's just a few surveys, a lot of people talking about it. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you know anything about how official that is. I'm seeing a lot of signs for Mersey Rail. I'm not sure if I will be using it, but I have bought myself a day pass, so stay tuned for that and see what ends up happening. Also, if you want to see me get caught up in a massive storm, wait until the end and see if that happens. Yeah, the weather clearly isn't ideal. You might be able to see some raindrops on the lens, so I'm sorry about that. How about I make up for it with a nice montage? So I'll see you at the river. Not at the river yet, but as we get closer, the weather's just getting worse, so I will make it. I think we are definitely going to be using the Mersey Rail later. And bearing in mind there's a load of bus stop and National Expressway things right in front of me, I think there's a lot of buses in Liverpool, so maybe we could use them later as well. I said we weren't there yet. We were honestly a lot closer than I thought we were. I can see the entire waterfront right in front of me. This is very exciting. I think the Royal Albert Docks are there, so let's explore. So if you know anything about the Liverpool waterfront, you'll know it's a very, very big mix of modern and old architecture. So you have the Royal Albert Docks, or just the Albert Docks, I'm not quite sure what they're actually called, to these old industrial red brick buildings. And you have all the new galleries and museums, and they're all really nice new buildings as well, I mean on the waterfront at least. So if you see this building in the middle of the screen, the black one, that is massive. You can't see it on camera, but it is huge. I used to see it on GeoGuessr, and I just know it's instantly Liverpool. Yeah, there's clearly offices above it. I don't know if it's a museum or a gallery or something. What I do know though is that that one as well, that is also a museum and gallery, and it looks so cool to go in. I don't know if you can go in it or not today, but I will try. And then all along here you've just got these massive hotels, really posh things, and there's the cheaper stuff kind of behind those buildings. You can see a massive old boat, which you might not have noticed, and I think the Royal Albert Docks are behind me. Sorry if I drag that on a bit, I'm very, very cold, and I'm trying to make this video long for a change. Hi everyone, this is Arthur from later on in the video. I just wanted to say that if you have a little bit of money to spend, I'd really appreciate it if you could donate in the pinned comment, and if you don't have any money to spend, subscribing and liking the video helps out just as much. Thank you. Also, the video does get much better, so please keep watching. So I just popped into the Mersey Maritime Museum for about 15 minutes. I'm sorry I didn't film anything, I just completely forgot. Also trying to preserve battery to keep this video going as long as possible. I have about 4 hours left here in Liverpool, so we will do a bit of the waterfront for the next few minutes, and then we'll walk further into the city. Maybe use some of the trains. Here's part of the Albert Dock. I won't explore too much, but I see a police boat down there, so that's pretty cool. You can see the Ferris wheel just over the top of that building there. I've seen quite a lot about these buildings before. Lots of people really like them. I don't really see what all the fuss is about. They just spent like 10 minutes trying to open the bridge for the police thing, and now they've spent another 15 minutes trying to close it again. So it's taking quite a while to get across to the waterfront, but we will be there in a minute. Here we go. There's the Royal Liver building right there, right in the centre of the screen, if you can see it. I don't know with the wide angle lens. There's two metal model bird thingies right on the top, both facing in opposite directions. I think one of them is something to do with the boats, and one of them is something to do with the pubs in Liverpool. But it's said that if they fly away, Liverpool will cease to exist. It's starting to rain again now, but I just wanted to say I basically did every single individual piece of my research last night, just researching constantly. So if I get anything wrong, please let me know. There's the actual River Mersey. You can see over there is the town of Birkenhead, and wherever I go, there's always love padlock thingies. But there's a closer look at the Mersey. Now let's leave. This is the Museum of Liverpool, and it very much doesn't look open, so there's no popping in there to warm our hands up. Here's those buildings I was talking about a minute ago on the other side of the bridge, and I think they're like food at the bottom. It says Discover, so if you know what that is, let me know. I'm saying that a lot in this video, but yeah, it's very much offices above that. Going towards the older buildings here, the very specific thing I want to do is see that statue of the Beatles. I haven't spoken much about the Beatles today. If you're not from the UK, then the Beatles are a very famous band which you might know about, and they are from Liverpool. So I would have visited Liverpool on my trip to Manchester in August, but there were riots, so I wasn't able to. I mean, I probably would have been able to, but it wouldn't have been the absolute safest. So I did end up going to Sheffield and Blackpool instead. So it would have been quite nice to see Liverpool in nice weather, but realistically I was just going to end up seeing Blackpool in bad weather, and no one really wants to do that, do they? There's the Beatles statue there. It's a lot bigger than it looks on camera. There's quite a few people wanting to take photos though, so I'm not going to get up too close. Closer up shot of the Royal Liver building there. It is very surprisingly not as busy as I thought it would be, bearing in mind it is a Friday. Okay, I think we've spent enough time here at the waterfront by the River Mersey, which you might still be able to see behind me. So I'm going to use the Mersey Rail now, get my day ticket out, and we are going to get a train to Liverpool Central, and hopefully we can walk onto the older cathedral from there. So Liverpool has two main cathedrals. There's Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral, and there's the normal cathedral in Liverpool, but they're both fairly new. I think the older one, which is the normal cathedral, was built after World War II when it was bombed. There's been quite a few waves over the last 100 years of people immigrating from Ireland, like Dublin and Belfast. As I said, there's the ferry down there from Lines, which takes you across the Irish Sea. So quite a lot of people here in Liverpool are Catholic, have Irish heritage and stuff like that, including me actually. I think I'm like a quarter Irish, and my family came from Liverpool or something at some point. It might not be a quarter, but it's somewhere around that, and I know I definitely have heritage from Ireland. It might get quite noisy from here, so I'll see you at Liverpool Central Station. I just filmed an unusually long montage. I don't know how much of it I left in, but it was quite a strange long journey there. Mersey Rail is very similar to London Underground, surprisingly. I really didn't think it would be. I didn't actually expect any of it to be in tunnels, but it all was. So yeah. Anyway, now let's walk to the older Liverpool Cathedral. And again, now we're back in the centre. I'm really sorry about the audio. So as I'm filming this is the first day of my trip, or this specific trip, but this isn't the first video you've seen from the trip. So if everything goes well, I would have filmed a video which is kind of like a low effort beginning of the year thing, which should have uploaded last week, and that would have been in Leeds, and then after this video I'll explore Leeds. But yeah, it's really strange talking about videos which haven't happened yet. Hopefully it all goes well, and that's what would have happened. There's a church right at the end of this kind of high street. I'm not quite sure, but I think I heard something about the Beatles happened there. If you know, please let me know. Now's a great time to tell you that if you haven't already, please feel free to like and subscribe, and if you have a little bit of money, I'd really appreciate it if you could donate to my Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link in the pinned comment to that. All the money goes back into the videos and my trips. On Google Maps it looked a little bit like the cathedral's out of the city centre, but I think the city centre is just a lot bigger than most people think, so maybe that contributes to the greatest city in the world thing. And there it is, the top of the cathedral right above that building. There's the entrance to Chinatown there. Right, here we are, Liverpool Cathedral. I believe it is the largest cathedral in the UK, or at least the largest kind of traditional cathedral. I hope the audio is a little bit better now I'm in a quieter area. You know what, I'm going to be really upset if I get home and find out that I came all the way to Merseyside and all my audio is messed up, and I still have another 3 videos to film up here. I'm going to have to end the first segment of this video because my camera's running low on charge. I will carry on after I've had a little bit of lunch and my camera's more charged up. I will see you after that. Okay, here we are. I just had lunch at Burger King, and now I'm going to head down this road right in front of me to the Cavern Club, which is one of the places the Beatles used to play regularly. By the way, I'm really sorry I didn't spend much time at the cathedral, but my camera's running out of charge and I just really needed a break. Just walking down another one of these shopping streets, there's Primark right there. All I know is that there's 3 main high streets in Liverpool. One of them's called Paradise Street, and I don't think that's the one I'm on right now. Just saw a sign, this one is Church Street, and I think it's about another 5-minute walk till the Cavern Club. So we've actually just turned onto Paradise Street. We were here earlier when we walked from Lime Street down to the waterfront, but apparently the 2 shopping roads, the 2 big ones at least, they cross over, which is quite cool. Anyway, we're entering this nice old shambles, and I think this is where the Cavern Club is. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, but if you are, I highly recommend you come and see this road. I think it's called Matthew Street. It's the road with the Cavern Club on it, obviously. The Cavern Club no longer exists as a business, but I think it's called the Cavern Pub and the Cavern Restaurant, and that's the building it used to be in. But yeah, if you know any other history about the Beatles, I am genuinely interested, so please let me know in the comments. Right, just moved on from that road because it was particularly noisy with all the echoing. I'm going to walk back to the station now and figure out what I'm going to do after that. But that means I will be ending the video in just a few minutes. So I'm just going to start to round things off by saying that Manchester is still my favourite city. I'm not saying Liverpool isn't one of the greatest cities in the UK and if not the world, but I think it's just because of the weather, like you have to come at the right time. I really enjoyed Manchester. I stayed there for 2 nights in August. But yeah, so far Manchester's still on top. Let me know your opinions on that. Just passing through the Met Quarter, which is one of the massive shopping centres here in Liverpool. I don't really care which way I go because I've got ages, but as long as I can get to the station. So that shopping centre kind of took us out onto Paradise Street, but that's ended now, and now we're on to kind of a normal road. I'm not quite sure where Lime Street is from here though. I know where we are now, the Five Guys, massive Five Guys by the way, but last time we went around this kind of building because of that massive bus stop, so yeah, we're not far away now. There is St John's Beacon or Radio City Tower, as we saw earlier in the video, and I've since found out that it's the second tallest building in Liverpool. But yeah, Lime Street Station's all the way up there, but I can't be bothered to walk all the way up, so I'm just going to end the video here. Please feel free to like, subscribe and donate if you have a little bit of money to spend, but liking and subscribing is free obviously. Comment any thoughts you have on the video. I hope it did end up being longer than usual, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.